The next person that I want to introduce is just, someone who's really near and dear to my heart. I don't think she really knows how much I do care about her. I know I'm taller than her, but I really look up to her all the time. And she is someone that I really like to model my business from and how much I grow from her. So I want everyone to give her a round of applause for someone who's going to talk to us about sharper focus about our business, and that's Angie.
I love working with Christine. Can't you see why already? She just makes me feel so good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome, honey.
Okay. So, Christine, so what is it going to take to earn this trip? Christine talked about attitude. Jennifer talked about the details and the points. I'm going to talk to you about action, because it's going to take action to earn this trip. Earning a trip requires a sharp focus. Just like Jennifer and Katie with their tracking charts. That was a sharp focus. Readjusting every night after a show. If they weren't on track, they stayed on track with the visual. And that's the visual that they chose that worked for themselves. To promote to unit leader, to earn Cancun, to make a good income in this business, whatever your ultimate goal is, we must become master bookers. With a strong calendar, we can do these things easily. I'm really confident that I'm safe to be completely frank and honest with all of you, because you guys are here. You guys are the top-notch consultants in our entire region. So I'm going to tell you, with no sugarcoating for you guys, without a minimum of 10 live shows on your calendar, you will not achieve Cancun. You will not achieve unit leader status. You will not achieve an income that's, secure for you. Or if you're lucky and you do promote out, without that, you'll struggle every step of the way, and then you'll just lose it, right? We've got to build a foundation on smart business. Without holding enough shows to be meeting enough people to allow for those inevitable cancellations that happen to every single one of us, the foundation you're laying your business upon can be quite shaky. To get to Cancun, it takes work, no doubt about it. There will be days that you're going to feel like throwing in the towel. There's going to be days that you're going to feel like not even coming to Beach Bum Academy. Maybe that was you today. Maybe that's going to be you next month. Maybe it's going to be you in the last month. But there are going to be times that you don't want to be here and you don't want to do the work. This happens to us leaders. It happens to us RVPs.
Angie, can I interject?
Yeah.
That was me March 1st last year. I was not going to go. I was throwing in the towel, but it was that night that made a pivotal change. And what happened?
Right. You never know. It's that one. It's that one that you might be missing out on. So allow us to haunt you. Be in your ear that next time that you feel that way. Allow us to be that little voice in your ear that's going to haunt you if you don't come. Just come. You just never know if it's that night the right person is going to say the right thing that you're going to be ready to hear. I promise you that if you do the work, you will earn this trip. You'll become unit leaders. You'll become regional leaders on February 1st, Jennifer, and you will become SRVPs. This business is a numbers game. It's like a bucket with holes in it. We lose hostesses. We lose consultants. We RVPs lose leaders. It's part of the business. It's a numbers game. The great news is that we know. That is the best news of all. It's not like it's a surprise, right? So none of us can sit back and say, oh, this isn't for me, or this sucks, I didn't know, nobody told me. Nothing. You can't have that kind of stuff. You know there's going to be cancellations. So it's up to you to prepare for them, right? So that's that. Okay, so let's talk about the facts. No trip earning period is completely smooth, right? So you past trip earners, tell me, what are some of the speed bumps that you have encountered along the way on some of your last trips? Tell us. Tell these ladies and the other ladies that haven't earned a trip.
Miscalculations.
Miscalculations. You think you have a certain amount of points and then you found out, oops, maybe Party Light made the mistake of mine.
On the last day of the trip.
Maybe it's their fault. that they cannot be held responsible for your trip earning. We're independent consultants. We can never go, oh wait, you accidentally told me I had more points. No, the fact is you don't have points. So you, as an independent consultant, must know exactly where you're at. So Miss Calculations.
Missing the deadline at 9 o'clock at night for a consultant to be qualified.
Oh,
yeah.
Or, and back in my day, missing the UPS plane as it's going off with all the shows.
Missing a deadline by 1 second.
Yeah.
9 p.m. is 9 p.m. There's no way around it. Deadline is a deadline with party lights. If you miss a deadline, too bad, so sad. If the internet was a busy night, if an earthquake happens and you couldn't get it in, your power went out, a deadline's a deadline. Yeah.
And everybody knows there's that party light clock as you're closing the shows. Not your computer clock, but the party light clock is right there.
It's right down the street. Did you all know that? Where?
Right at the left-hand corner.
Seriously?
Party light clock.
Okay,
Count
see,
down the
this is the
seconds.
great thing. 4 years,
Yeah.
you should know that. These are the things that we find out.
I got 3 minutes to learn.
But I was gonna say, not making it about the new person, making it more about yourself
That's
can
right.
be very costly.
Yes. So picking, so me
Yeah.
can be an obstacle. Ourselves can be our own obstacle without intending, because we just want that trip so bad, and so we kind of get a little overly anxious for this consultant and getting her stuff in, and maybe we just went a little bit overboard and totally turned her off. So we got to remember, this isn't about your time frame. This is about this new consultant and offering it to her.
Not planning ahead
Not
is
planning
a
ahead.
huge one. Yeah.
For
Being
what's
here
specific?
the month before trip starts, we're gaining a lot of tools to know, so we don't have any excuses. We'll have tools tonight to move us into December.
Exactly, and that's why we did this a month ahead of time, so we can prepare, because December 1st, trip starts. Yes?
We start to believe the negative Nellies. Because you know what, they're always going to be
Send it
negative.
to me.
But it's, we start to believe what they say. And somehow what they say is more important than what we want.
Yes.
Or what we think
So-
Or what
ourselves.
we think, yeah.
Exactly.
We put their thoughts ahead of our own.
I think we also have a hard time, I don't even think it's other people, I think it's us so much.
That's what I mean, but we start to hear it and we make it true for
I
us.
think the biggest eye-opener for me, and when Jennifer said we can have 100% attendance, you can just feel, I could just feel kind of like not really enthusiastic, like you have to believe it. I mean, if you don't believe you can do it, then why are you here? You have to believe it, and it's a total change of mind. If you don't believe you can do it, you won't do it. You have to change your thinking and think this is something that you can achieve. And if you don't feel that way now, figure out a way to feel that way. Figure out what it is that's keeping you from feeling that way, because if you feel like I can't hold the shows, well, that's not true, because you see that there are people who have earned the trip. So it's all about changing your own perspective. And yes, other people do play a big part of that, but I think we hold ourselves back so much more than
That's what I mean. I don't think it's them that holds us back. I think it's us believing. If you have a spouse that's like, you're never going to do it, they can't stop you from earning that trip.
Absolutely.
It's believing what they say that's going to stop you from earning that trip.
Do what it takes when you leave tonight to get in your head that this is something that you can do.
Well, and I love what Katie said about that we start believing it. It's like, I did not earn a trip one year because I could not afford my husband to go. So why earn it and have to deal with him not being able to go? And that was the worst sabotage I could do for myself. My business didn't grow. I didn't grow. All the things that come long term didn't happen for me because I was focused on that. He was fine if he stayed home, but I made it about that. So, making excuses. What?
Exactly.
And I think it's easy too, when we have a disappointing show, which we all have, to then jump on that really easily. And that's why it's so important for us to join forces here, all of us, and support each other in this. Because we're all going to have a bad day. We're all going to have a bad show. We're all going to have a day where we are so off on our plan that we had. And so we need to hold each other up.
It's easier to give up than go for what you want.
Yes, yes. It's easier to give up, no doubt. But I promise you, 11 years later, here I am in Party Light, and I have considered, you know, is this really for me? Plenty of times in my 11 years. And I know there's going to be plenty more times. You just don't see that part of me. You know, Tim, my husband, is who sees that part of me. He's the only one who sees that part of me. So you don't see that part. But I can tell you, I have that part. And, you know, it's a battle. You know, we can easily give up. But I promise you, it is so worth it. It's crazy. When I'm having a great day, I'm like, why did I even doubt? It's crazy. But we do. That's natural. Okay. So what will we do to overcome these things? We'll join together, right? We'll support each other. We'll go to every training, even on the days that we don't want to, because the big picture is this trip. It's going to be an amazing time. But the better picture in all that is the income we're going to make along the way and building a secure foundation. Activities that previous Party Light trip achievers all have in common. Raise your hand again if you've been on a Party Light trip. Keep it raised.
Or earned it, don't earn it.
Have earned it? Yes. Yeah, earned it. Didn't get to go because of the swine flu. Okay, so lots of people in this room. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. 12 of us in this room. That's a good percentage have been on a Party Light trip. What are some things that we all have in common? Well, we took advantage of every opportunity to earn points. We started earning points early. We held shows consistently during that time. And I'm willing to bet that we all had a backup plan. We had alternate ways to make up the difference when a show was only $10.90 back in the day, right? So we found ways to make up a difference. We've all had those shows, right? We've all had those shows where you drove 2 hours. We had zero shows, yeah, zero sales, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, or driving up for the kiddish show, I had 2 hours from my house and I got, was it $5.95 then, or was it $12.90?
No, it's $10.90. You get a $10.90 show. It's a dozen bodas.
Yeah, a dozen bodas. I drove 2 hours for, and I sold a dozen bodas, and I met her
She
for
met
the first
us.
time, and she
It's
started.
so worth
and
it.
she still started, you know, even though I didn't make any money, I lost money. Okay, so what else is it going to take to earn this trip? Hard work and self-discipline. A no-quit attitude. Long-term thinking. This is 5 months from now. We have 5 months to be looking at here. Daily persistence. Does your family know what your goal is? Make sure that they do. You need their support in this. If you don't have their support, because I know there are some of you, I know personally there are some of you who have husbands that are not supportive of your Party Light business, find someone who will support you that. Find someone who will be that for you in this group. Your leader. You also need to find 3 people to join your team during this course of the 5 months, and I'm telling you, do it early. Get them all done by January. And we'll be talking, Christine, what's that?
Get them done in December.
Get them to even better. Yeah, what she said.
And then you can add on to that 3,000.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go. There you go. Get them done early. And Christine and Jennifer are going to talk a little bit about that a little later. But here's the question. Do you have the number of shows on your calendar required to support sponsoring 3? Do you? What is the number one thing that it's going to take when it comes down to it? Shows. Yes, that's the number one thing it's going to take. And the good news is we can all book shows because we've all done it. Every single person in this room has booked a show. Even Stacy, who's been in Party Light for 3 hours, she has even booked a show. We all had to do it to get our starter kits. So we already know how to book shows. I think that we make it too difficult. I think that so often we can be like, you know, on our questionnaires at regionals, what do you need more training on? How to book shows. Okay, we just talked about booking shows. And I'm like, okay, how to book shows. You know what? There's no tricks. There's no tricks. There's no magic potion. There's no science. I mean, we can come up with these games, ideas to get bookings and all that, and fine if it works for you. But ultimately, that's not what it takes. You offering it is what it takes. And finding the right people, offering it and continuing to because it's
Getting
numbers.
no's is what it takes.
Yes,
Getting
exactly.
no's, exactly.
It's going to take you getting no's to find a yes. Exactly. Thank you.
Yep,
Yes,
exactly.
that's exactly that message I wanted. Thank you. It's also going to take knowing exactly where you need to be, which Jennifer did an awesome job at covering the numbers. If you're confused by where you're at or any of that, that was an awesome formula. But if you're sitting there and you still are not clear, call your leader tomorrow and ask her for help and figure out exactly how many points you need so you know that right now and you can track your plan. Okay, so back to the number one thing it's going to take is bookings, right? Let's not make it so difficult. We know how to offer the hostess program to people. If we don't do it effectively, We've got to do it a lot of times to become effective. So, you know, maybe not everybody is a pro in here about what to say. I can give you that. I was there for sure. But the only way to get to where you're going to be good is through practice. And so we're going to practice tonight.